Hi there, I'm Raf and this is my video submission for CSE Tutoring in Term 1 of 2022. Recursion can often seem confusing and ill-motivated to students, so today I just wanted to motivate the study of the topic by showing and solving a problem that's most intuitive to solve using recursion. So consider the following email list that someone's given us, where I'm using these Word documents to represent different email addresses. Notice how we have Jim and Joe in this default folder, but we also have this subfolder for emails associated with school business called School List, and further subfolders from there, and so on and so on. And so we don't really know how deep the nesting goes. Now, we've been tasked with writing an email all function, which takes in such an email list folder and emails everyone in the folder, or in a folder inside that folder, or in a folder inside that folder, and so on and so on and so on. So it would have emailed Randy and Joseph and Mary and Jim and Joe and anyone in any of the subfolders. Now, if you've never seen recursion before, I just want you to pause the video and take a minute to try and think about how you might solve this problem. Okay, so now that you've had a go, you will have noticed that it's a little bit tricky to do because we don't have any way of knowing how deep the nesting goes, so you will have had to make use of a stack or something like that. With that being said, it's quite easy to describe to a person how we would solve this problem. Just go through the folder, entry by entry. If we find an email address, just email the person. If we find a folder, just enter the folder and do the same thing. Go entry by entry, and if we find an email address, email them. If we find a folder, go inside and go entry by entry and enter the folders or email the people we see, right? So what we're saying here is that in our email all function, when we see a folder inside our folder, we want to call the email all function again on the folder we find, right? We want to email everyone in school list as well as Jim and Joe. So you can see that's reflected here in this pseudocode where we have this email all function defined literally in terms of the email all function. Right? This is what we call recursion, when we define a function in terms of itself. And you can see it's quite useful in situations like this where we have the same thing happening over and over again. And we just want to keep doing the same thing on different smaller subproblems. So we want to search this folder and then the subfolder and then the subfolder and then the subfolder. So you can see recursion is quite a useful tool which exists to make your life easier, not harder, and that it can make solutions to this problem really, really clean and intuitive. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.